Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 2 previews and predictions. This video is for the game between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Both these teams coming off Week 1 wins on the road. The Texans on the road at San Diego, and the Titans in what was a surprising win on the road at the Pittsburgh Steelers. First with the Titans, you got to like what you saw last week from that Titans defense. I thought they gave you a really good effort. Outside of course, that safety to begin the game, you saw that defense really hunker down and really limit the Steelers, who, still look like they're trying to find themselves on offense, but nonetheless, don't take anything away from the Titans. I mean, the Titans allowed, on average, the most points in the league last year, and I thought they showed you last week that, they're going to be an improved unit. How improved, I'm not sure. I think they get a good test this week, though, against the Texans offense. I think is a little bit more well-rounded than the Steelers. So we'll see how that part of it pans out. Where I worry about the Titans this particular week is on offense. They were very conservative last week, passing the ball with Jake Locker. If they're going to win this game, or if they're going to even keep it close, they need Locker to be passing the ball down the field, taking a little bit more chances, and being the reason why they win, rather than just being that game manager type that it seems like they're gearing him to be. Because, if you even look at their running game last week, I know they played against a good defense, but they're playing against a good defense again this week. And if you're not going to get tremendous production out of the running game, you need your quarterback to at least be able to pose a significant threat throwing the ball down the field on occasion. And I don't know if Jake Locker can do that. I think we're going to find out how much he's progressed this week as well, because they had a tough time against the Texans last year scoring points, and we'll see if they can sort of break through that here in Week 2. Again, coming off a very good win. I thought that was the most underrated win of the week by any team in the whole league. The Texans, on the other hand, they come home for their home opener at the thrilling Monday night game versus the Chargers. I'm sure everyone wants to focus on the big comeback, but I think what happened was I think the Chargers sort of stunned them early by passing the ball as good as they did. But remember, that defense for the Texans gets back Antonio Smith, their defensive end. They also should, all signs are pointing towards Ed Reed playing today as well. This is the Texans' home opener. Look again for that defense to really try to get after Jake Locker, confuse Jake Locker. They're able to force him into several turnovers last year. And again, until I see Locker sort of take that next step forward versus a good defense where he's able to throw the ball down the field with some effectiveness, or at least put pressure on the defense, I got to see that before I believe it can happen. So I really like that Texans defense this week to cause turnovers, because I like them against the run, especially with Cushing healthy against Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson had a good game in December last year versus the Texans, 140 yards, I think. But two things to remember. The Texans still won 24-10, and this year, the Texans obviously have Cushing back on the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, still look for Foster and Tate to split carries. I think that'll change later in the season, but I think it's actually wise for them to split carries right now. Let's see if Matt Schaub can continue, and that offense can continue their role there from the second half in San Diego. Interested to see how involved DeAndre Hopkins is this week as well in Week 2. Another great game by Andre Johnson last week. I don't think that this is going to be a case where the Texans offense runs roughshod over the Titans defense. I think what's going to happen, though, I think that Texans defense is going to be able to turn that Titans offense over enough and limit the running game enough to where I think if the Texans can score 20 to 24 points, I think they're going to cruise to a win here. And that's why I like the Texans -9 at home against the Titans. I've been a lot of the favorites, it so happens this week, but I just really, the way I look at this game is, I would be surprised if the Titans scored 14 points, max, okay? And I look at, obviously, the Texans, I'd be surprised if they scored less than 24. So if I think the game's going to go that way, it's obviously a no-brainer for me to take the Texans -9. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm previewing every game every week. Thanks again for listening. Be sure to subscribe, and have a great night.